you deserve some. And by some, we know what some is. So he's stalking you. He sticks a what? Get your popcorn, go get your little soda, do your laundry, okay? Fold some laundry while you watch this. Be productive, get some water. And let's just explain exactly why it's haunting Adeline, but 911 in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hello and welcome back to my channel. You're back with Nana's Library, and this is a book in the corner that I've been avoiding because I have such a bad rant review about it. And here we are today. So today we're talking about Haunting Adeline, a spooky book. Doesn't it just look scary? So it starts off with Adeline, right? She's just moved into her grandmother's mansion in Washington, and it's like gothic, it's old, it's weird, it's making her feel a little, unsettled inside. And she moves in, and it's all cool because her nana, her nana died, and she was really close to her nana, so this is like impacting her. And the whole first chapter is really her moving in and doing a book signing, and she does this book signing, and she has like this eerie feeling like someone's watching her, right? Like she's like, ugh, someone's watching me. And then her friends towards the end of the chapter is like, oh, you have to like hook up with someone. Like you haven't got some in a while. Like you deserve some. And by some, we know what some is. So she goes and is like, her friend takes her phone and like texts this guy for her, whatever. And she decides to entertain it. So that's like where chapter 1 is and how it goes. And it's meant to set Adeline up as this character who is super freaky deaky. Let's just start there. Very freaky deaky, very in tune with her emotions. I feel like a lot of the things she does, very impulsive, very emotion based, and she can feel when people are watching her, and she can, discern if something is for her or not. And she's kind of rude to her mom. Like that kind of sets up something weird. Like her mom's mom dies, and as the mom is talking about grandma that died, she's like, F off, and hangs up the phone. It's weird. It sets up a really cool dynamic, I guess, for Adeline herself. You have a lot of questions. Why did she hang up on her mom? She's moving into her grandmother's manor. What's gonna happen? Her friends seem like they're great friends, but they're trying to like set her up with this guy, like who apparently she's already been talking to. Who's this guy? I love it when a story sets up so many questions. Another thing that's set up is the grandma having like this weird parallel with Adeline. So imagine she's seeing letters, and like these letters appear and at first we don't know what they are, but these letters are like appearing chapter to chapter, and they're just explaining how the grandma really liked her stalker too, as if like history is repeating itself. Super strange, super weird. And that was another thing I couldn't get into. And then chapter 2 begins. So chapter 2 begins, and it's Zaid, right? Zaid is the stalker, the man who this whole story is pretty much about. He's the guy who loves her. He's in love with her, I guess. So he is some special black ops guy who he rescues trafficked women, on top of his actual job of being a vigilante. He really doesn't mess with people who kidnap and try to traffic women. Morally gray character, okay? Because the moment he sees Adeline, he immediately goes into this dark place. Let me just explain. So imagine he walks by the bookstore, right? End of chapter 1. She has a book signing, and it's like, oh, I have a book signing, and I'm gonna be in this tiny bookstore, and I'm just gonna sign stuff for my fans because she's an author. So he comes in and he's like, oh my God, who is she? And he stops. He's walking by the bookstore. He stops in his tracks the moment he sees her, goes into the bookstore, right? And then just watches her and decides that she will be his by the end of the second chapter, or his POV of the second chapter. It is insane work because you're seeing it and in real time you're like, no, why? He's just insane. I don't think it's normal to immediately want someone the moment you see them. I think that that's not realistic. I think that takes away from the building of a love story. He never got to dislike her. He was immediately in love. I don't like that. Do you guys like that? Because I didn't like that. I was like, okay, whatever. And the way he's describing her, he's talking about how he can't wait to be with her, and he's gonna protect, she's his, she has to be his. Like, is this Wattpad? This is Wattpad 101. We're grown now. So then our girl, in chapter 3, she hooks up with Grayson. Grayson is like her situationship, I guess, and like she's like, oh, I need to get some, whatever. And so she goes and she hooks up with him. Her friends literally encourage her to. And mind you, she's back at the manor. Zaid, our main stalker character, has already noticed her at this point. So he's watching her. He's in the shadows. He knows where she lives. Quick. And seeing this guy come and try to hook up with her, he immediately is like, no, absolutely not. So he goes and he starts banging the door as they're hooking up, and this Grayson guy leaves, you know, and they don't actually get to fully hook up. And she's like, yesterday was weird, whatever though. And he makes like a hole in the wall. And in this hole in the wall, she feels so compelled to it. So compelled, yeah. So compelled to this hole in the wall that she like just moves towards it. So weird. Like, it's a really weird book. The stalker starts leaving like notes for her and stuff, and it's like, notes? He starts literally leaving notes for her, and it's like, oh, I liked watching you last night. He leaves a rose in front of her thing, and she doesn't call the police. No. She tells her friends that her house got broken into. Oh my God, my house got broken into. So she tells her friends, and they're like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? You gotta do something. And she's like, nah, I'm gonna wait it out a little bit. And then it just gets worse. Like, he starts getting a lot worse. And like chapters go by where he's just like taunting her, and he thinks he's protecting her. Like, that's his whole thing. Like, chapters go by, y'all. Weirdly enough, her grandmother's letters are almost reflecting the way she feels about this guy. So as the grandmother's letters are like, oh, I'm so intrigued by this man, she's also slowly becoming more intrigued by this weirdo, this stranger. So then after that, it goes back to Zaid, and Zaid is like still talking about how, like I said, he's in love with her and he's stalking her, and how, like, you know, he just really likes her. He just starts getting closer and closer, you know? So he starts like outside the house, but then he slowly gets inside the house. This is not someone who would like found their childhood crush or anything. This is someone who just really likes the way someone looks and has decided that this person is theirs and starts stalking them. If he wasn't cute, if he wasn't fine, this would have been crazy, you know? Like, this would have been like something where she would feel so uncomfortable and like ants crawling beneath her skin every time she goes to sleep because this man is watching her. For her grandma to also have gone through the same thing, like, I don't even know how to feel about that plot point. I really don't understand why that's so relevant, but it just keeps coming up. It's like, as he's getting closer, the grandmother's letters are like, oh, I hope he comes back. I hope he comes back. And the grandma is a lot further in her story with her stalker than our main character, Adeline. So Zaid also has like this weird moral code where he's like, so he works for this organization, like I said, where they don't support human trafficking. In fact, they're anti-trafficking. So his job is to go in, find the traffickers, and hurt them, like literally hurt them. I'm talking taking off, and everything you could think of. He's that guy. He's the dominatrix. He comes and he makes sure that all these humans are not being trafficked, and that's why he's morally gray, because he's still trying to control Adeline, even though he frees people from their abusers. So it was weird. It's weird dynamic, because it's like, in one hand he's like, oh, he's a great guy, yeah, his job is so cool, like what? And then on the other hand, you're like, oh, he's trying to literally make our girl his prisoner in love. Bye. So then it escalates because he goes to one of her book signings, and obviously she doesn't know him yet, so he's just like there, and he's like, oh, sign my book. And she's like, oh, he's cute, like, oh my God. Like, I don't remember, I don't have it in my notes, but I don't know if he said sign my book or if he was just there, but he was there, and she was like, they have an encounter. He's just playing games. Everything is a game to this guy. So yeah, it cuts to after this, and he's literally like, oh yes, oh my gosh, she didn't recognize me, I like that. Like, it's genuinely so sad. It's like, what are you talking about? Then he has hidden cameras in her place, by the way. Notes he's left all around, and that's been going on, chapters and chapters of just little notes she keeps finding. And then it continues on with the same like escalation of him just being a stalker, and she starts getting like excited by it. Like, she has not even met this guy yet, and she's like excited, like genuinely excited about it. Whole thing to say, there's like this huge portion of the book that's just leading up to when they actually meet. So then they actually meet, and the meeting is like him literally being at her house, and he just promises her, scared, spooked, but excited, Adeline, he promises her, hey, you're gonna be mine, and we're gonna do things that you've never done before. Somehow she's just like, oh, okay, like, What do you want? Like, what's like, it's you, isn't it? It's you. And it's bull. You see, the problem with this story is the fact that Adeline is literally being hunted down, which the next book is called Hunting Adeline, by the way. But she's being hunted by this boy, pretty much psychologically rearranged by this man for months before he actually makes his move in this chapter, which is way down. We're not even going by chapters anymore because there's this solid thick bunch of chapters where it's just the stalking. Although she does contact the police is like, oh, well, if you don't have some solid evidence for us, we're sorry. And honestly, she should have left the house. Why is she still in the manor? She needs to go stay with her friend. Like her friend literally said, hey, if you need me to, you could just, like, I can come stay with you. And she's like, no, I don't want to put you in danger. You're putting you in danger. You're in danger. He's stalking you. But how considerate and kind of her, I guess, right? Because she's the one who ends up with this crazy man. I think that's a huge fundamental problem with the book. There is no common sense in the decisions that she makes. She's never seen this guy, right? So she doesn't know if he's a creep or not. But she's slowly becoming more and more excited about meeting him, and it's for nothing. She does not know if she will be attracted to him when she sees him, but she, from the notes, from the feeling of his eyes on her and all this dumb stuff, she immediately has this gut feeling. Again, she's so led by her emotions and being drawn to things and stuff, and she lets it dominate a lot of her decisions in this story. And he is also almost the same way, but not like her. Her impulsiveness and drawn and being is always with caution, but the caution is always thrown out the window. She's always like, I shouldn't, but I will. I won't, but I must. Like, it's dumb with her, but he is just straight like, you know, he's like a train. He's like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this. Even if it's irrational, even if it doesn't make sense, even if it's against everything I stand for. Mind you, he literally, like I said, rescues women. He rescues humans from their abusers. So why is he trying to be her abuser? It just contradicts itself, and it makes you ask the question, why would he do this? It gets worse. So then again, for another thick amount of chapters, they're kind of playing this game where he's excited to go meet her again and be in person again. And she's being more and more conflicted with the fact she wants to know his mystery and why and who he is and what he wants with her. And yet she's scared of him. He's already confronted you. He's been stalking you. And now you're ready to meet him again. You're excited to see what he wants to do with you finally. Just throw your life out the window. What does he want with you? And you know what he wants with you and you're down. She's a freak. But it's like, this is too far. You don't do this. You don't do this. So this all escalates like really fast. And a lot of things are happening in the background and stuff. But like the obsession and then him and her actually getting physical, it's just so frightening because he's so aggressive and he's very explicit and he sticks. It's ridiculous. And then they're just together, and then she's like, oh my gosh, I'm with this man who I shouldn't be with. And then he's like, oh yeah, I'm with this girl and I don't want to dominate her, but I'm a hero, but I'm not a hero. But why do I want to take over her life? But I have to take over her life. That is the whole thing. I won't even go into the details just so this isn't too spoiler heavy, but it ends with her being like kidnapped, and then this next book begins. So let's explain exactly the core themes and the core reasons that this story is messed up. So first off, Adeline is someone who is very impressionable. She is someone people could probably relate to, you know, really close with her grandmother, has friends, is a book writer, you know, she's cool, she's a human, she's a girl, and she starts getting stalked. She's a young lady. She starts getting stalked. And this story romanticizes stalking. That's the problem. That's another huge problem. Number two, she's super impressionable. And then secondly, stalking is bad. It's not this thing that's meant to be romanticized, both from the guy side of things and the girl side of things. If a guy starts stalking you, ladies, literally run for the hills, because it's not cute and it's not gonna last, and you shouldn't think that that's cute at all. It's literally not cute. This is only something that works in a story, in a make-believe story that doesn't happen in real life. But this is not ever something you should ever want to recreate, or you're looking for your own Zayd and, oh, I just want a Zayd. You don't want a Zayd. Ladies, you don't want a Zayd. And then thirdly, he saves people, so everything's all right. It's like he's set up to be this bad guy who's not really a bad guy. Well, he saves people even though he tortures humans as well. The whole point of him torturing humans is to save humans. So even though he's stalking her, even though he's doing all this stuff, it's fine because, oh, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Morally great, but on the light grade. It's like he disintegrates her mental barriers and then makes it seem like he's a source of comfort for her, you know, because he's trying to protect her. Like he protects everybody else. Protect is a term some men like to use so they can control you. So they can truly tell you everything to do in the world because they want to help you and they want to save you and they want to put you in the best place in the world. This book is okay because it's make-believe, but don't let it fool you. Don't ever be fooled. If a man wants to protect you and that literally means putting you in a box and isolating you from your friends, then that's not protection at all. That's entrapment. And once you get to that point where you're literally not telling your friends things about things that are going wrong in your relationship or things that are going wrong in your life because you're scared of somebody else's reaction or the fact they won't understand, and this is putting you in a place of danger because, mind y'all, she literally gets kidnapped at the end. She gets kidnapped because of him and his issues, his problems. He put her in a whole line of fire that she was never in. She was never in the lane. Gosh, it's bad. The story is bad, but you can't put it down because she's just making so many wrong decisions and he's manipulative and he's stalking her and you're waiting for her to wake up, right? But it's also a book. So it's almost like, okay, we know she's not going to wake up. We know that's not going to happen. But what does that mean? What does that mean? This book explores the part of your brain that's like, what if my stalker is hot? What if my stalker is cute? What if my stalker is trying to just protect me and he's kind of a good guy, but he's still a bad boy? But that is my problem with Haunting Adeline, more like 911 in 5. That's all for today. I know I get a little bit rowdy. I hope this didn't feel too chapter by chapter, too repetitive, because a lot of repetitive stuff happens. It's just an escalation of repetitivity. These are the core issues I found in Haunting Adeline. And if you guys want to see another rant review or you want me to read Haunting Adeline, I guess let me know. Okay, whatever. I want to do more book hauls, book reviews. Let me know if there's like a specific thing you guys want me to do that is like book talky and booktubery and all that stuff. I do have a book talk. I'll drop that in the description below. And I love you guys so much. Thank you and welcome to my channel. Subscribe, comment the worst part about this book to you. Or the best. If you liked it, prove me wrong. Counter every single one of my points. My little nugget. I'll see you next time at the library.